All right, boys and girls, welcome everybody. Whether it's your a millionth time, been on since the day one that we started this 4 months ago, or whether this is your first time on here, you're in for a treat today. I got a cool announcement to make here at the end of this, so make sure you stay on till the end. Um, really cool training, that's getting released. That will help you so much that I'm going to dedicate maybe 10 minutes to explain to you how valuable this training is. Uh, it's so valuable that I was texting my friend slash mentor this week of all this shit, the problems that happened in our business in June, but there was this one thing that I highlighted as the most important thing that happened last month. And I'm going to be sharing that thing that was the most important, that will help our business continue to grow in July, August, September, and hopefully most importantly, help your guys' businesses grow in those months as well. Okay. So if you guys are here for the 20 to 40K call, am I frozen? Katie? Okay, now I'm back. If you guys are here for the 20 to 40K call, you're in the right spot. This is the journey that me and Katie are sharing with you guys on our journey from growing a business from zero to now $40,000 a month. And so for the first 13 weeks, it was zero to 20K, and we documented that. We made that first milestone, and so all those videos are inside the school community, and you can watch those. And now we're documenting the journey from $20,000 to $40,000 a month, and we're going to be sharing with you guys our knucklehead mistakes that we made that have slowed the progress down from us being able to get to that goal faster. But you guys get the benefit from it, just so you guys have the opportunity to benefit from it. If you want to be an intelligent person and look at what somebody else does and choose not to make the same mistake they did by doing a different behavior than they did. And so that's the benefit you guys get, is I'm going to share with you guys some of the knucklehead things that Katie and I, not really Katie, but really I did in June that kept our business from growing. But before I do that, we're going to share with you guys what happened last week. So we're going to be using the vision sheet, and so I'm going to share this with you guys. This vision sheet is the sheet that makes me and Katie look very smart, although we're not really that smart. We just understand numbers. And so when you look at this for the first time, oh my God, there's a lot of numbers on there. It's cool. Well, I'm going to teach you how to read this, right? It's just like our youngest child is learning how to read. And so I'm going to teach you guys also how to read. Okay. I'm going to teach you how to read a vision sheet. Okay. In the very beginning, you're going to suck at it. You're going to be trying to sound things out. You're like, oh, I don't want to do this. Reading is so hard, right? This is what I hear from my 5-year-old. When I try to ask her these questions, she's like, oh, I don't want to do this, right? She's actually not a complainer, so she actually doesn't say it like that. But just imagine a complaining, your whiny 5-year-old inside of you, who's like, I don't want to do this. It's hard. I don't understand it. I don't want to look stupid. Okay? So this is you. This is your whiny 5-year-old self. When you look at this vision sheet, you're like, oh, this looks complicated. It's okay. It's okay. Yes, it's going to be hard because you've never done it before. How do you get better at something, Katie? How do you get better at something?
You do it.
You freaking do it. Okay. The same message we give to Lainey, who our 5-year-old is like, hey, the reason that it's frustrating is because you just haven't done enough times. You haven't got enough reps in. So let's get some more reps in. What is this sound? What is this letter? Right? So this is your guys' reps. Instead of us having to sit down with you, Jose, right? And whoever else is on here, sorry, you're the only one I see here. Taylor, Marie, Bobby. What's up, Anna Harris, Lucas, Kayla. So me sitting down with you and me going over this one-on-one, you get to be in a group and you get to learn how to do this. You get to learn how to read the vision sheet as a team, okay? And there's recordings to go back and watch as well, so you can get more reps in, okay? But this vision sheet will help you look very smart in your business and help you understand what your constraint is so that you can focus, you can put your attention on that constraint so you can solve it so your business continues to grow, okay? So last week, 622 through 628, okay? We had 114 job ticket hours. As you can see here, it dropped significantly over the last couple of weeks. Average cleaner hours went from 24 to 23, pretty much the same, but we lost a cleaner. We went from 6 to 5, okay? So there we go. Our goal projected monthly revenue. This was again was from 628. Our projected monthly revenue was $25,100. We actually ended the month at $24,655. So, yeah, I would say that was. I can pick at this both ways. I can go both ways. I'll go both ways for you guys because I'll show you that the number is just a number, and ultimately it's my choice to choose what side I look at it. So I'm gonna play the negative side first. This is where most people would be like, I could have done better. I wish my business was $1 million. It's only been 4 months, but shit, why am I at $1 million yet? Damn it, stupid, right? And I could play that game, right? Be like, well, I want to be 40,000, but we're at 24,000. We came up short, right? And so there is some things that I see that we can start to shrink that gap. But the other side of the coin is that last month our business did $22,000, so we actually grew, right? We grew despite the shortcomings and the mistakes that we made. So there's the positive side. So I think the ultimate skill that I believe is that you take a number and you're able to see both sides. And really, what is the story that is going to serve you and serve your business in the long run? Is it the like, I suck, I wish my business was better, I'm defeated, or like, you know what, we actually made some progress. Despite all the problems that we made and the shortcomings and stupid shit that I did, we still grew. Okay, let's not do that stupid shit anymore. Let's see if we can grow faster. So, weekly revenue. Last week, $5,600. Again, quite a bit down from the week before, which was $7,000. Revenue per clean, $200. Total weekly cleans, 28. Okay, so our goals, as you guys can see over here, we're trying to get to 40,000 a month, which is $9,500 per week. And how we're going to do that is we get about 50 cleans, specifically 48. And as long as our revenue per clean is over $200, we will hit that goal. Okay. So weekly, down to the revenue in ZenMade, we collected $24,655 inside QuickBooks, $23,790. Inside QuickBooks, we collected $7,600. Inside ZenMade, we collected $5,694. And then we have these broken down. So initial clean revenue was $1,900, and then reoccurring revenue was $3,773. So that's really cool to see that our reoccurring is growing, especially as we're a new business now within our 4th month. When do we consider ourselves an established business, Katie? An established clean business. When do we get to make that transition from baby to kid? When do we become a kid business?
I want to say like a year, but maybe that's too far. I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows? Anyway, we'll just call ourselves a baby business for now. But to see a baby business that has $3,700 in recurring revenue, I think I like that. I like the numbers growing up. And again, like the number by itself isn't important, guys. So it's all about being able to see progress. So if I look at the week before we had $3,700 in revenue. The week before that, we had $3,800 in revenue, in recurring revenue. And the week before that was $1,800. The week before that was $1,600. So in June, holy crap. Maybe our total revenue only grew, but a lot of that revenue was reoccurring revenue. There we go. Pretty good. So our new initial clean revenue is actually down the last couple of weeks, which is looking at the sales. We'll see why, because we just haven't been making as many sales. Outstanding invoices greater than 7 days, 1,668, or less than 7 days is 1,668, and greater than 7 days is 175. There's one person on here. So funny. I called her from my personal cell phone and I got a hold of this person. And as soon as I said who I was, she's like, "Oh, my father-in-law just died." Not making that up. And she hung up on me. So I'll call her again from a different phone number and see if I can get her to answer again. That bill has been outstanding for 2 months now. She is literally avoiding us. Okay, let's talk about marketing. So Google local services, we spent $194. On Facebook ads, we spent $473. On Facebook group, we spent $50 for a total of $718 we spent last week on marketing. We got 35 Facebook leads, 1 Facebook group lead, 8 missed calls, 2 Google local services, 0 homepage, 3 incoming call leads, 0 referrals. We had 49 leads last week. Cost per lead of $14.66. Anything less than $20, I consider great. So, great numbers. All right, sales. We have no slots open. That is a problem. Calls last week, Katie and I made 67. She made 106. We answered 18 calls. Katie probably answered the majority of those. Great job. We missed 17 calls. Katie also probably missed those. Quote call scheduled. I had 11. Katie had 8. Quote calls showed. I had 10. She had 5. Quote calls performed. I did 10. She did 15. And I closed 6. She closed 9. 69. You're gross, Katie. Gross. Why are you you're so pervy today? Did you do that on purpose?
No.
Oh, yeah, whatever. 60%. We sold a perfect 60%. Cold call projected revenue. I did 1,000. Katie did 3,000. Together we did 4K. And then Katie made some conversions. 2 last week for 486. This is actually a little bit down from our previous weeks. We actually had a bunch of conversions over the last couple of weeks. Yeah, 13. Week before that was 14. Week before that. So this was quite a bit down. Katie, any thoughts on 6? Why it was down last week? These conversions.
I think we served 10 new clients last week, and a big majority of those were move outs.
I see. Cool. Yeah, and we only did so many initial cleans last week. That's another problem too. Is we need to go and do a ton of initial cleans. You do a bunch of reoccurring. Well, there's how do you convert a reoccurring? So that's good. So
I still try to convert move outs. Like, do you need services at your new location? But
yeah. Cool. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right, cool. So again, the fact that we're still got a couple conversions is still good. I would say this is number 15 closes in a week. I would say our goal is probably like 20-ish for like $1 million business. Our first location, Bozeman, consistently does 20 plus closes a week. So that's what I consider like the standard for if you want to have $1 million business, you got to close 1 people a week because you need to convert people, but you also need new people coming in. So I think this number is a little bit shy of what we need to do. And then with that, we can also continue to have the ability to convert new leads. But the reason that we can't sell more people is not shown on sales. I will show you why. Here's our actual problem. As we continue to get lower here, I'll show you guys the actual freaking problem. So total weekly cleans, we had 28, 38 reoccurring clients, 10 reoccurring clients. We had 10 new client cleans last week, 17 were reoccurring. New Google reviews this week. This number actually is a little bit higher. Actually, from 622 to 628, this number is correct, but we did get a few more since this came in. Question clean discounts is 0. With that being said, this is still one of the lower weeks we've had too. And that, any continued thoughts on that?
The Google reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah, just going back to not, we have too many recurring clients. They've already left reviews.
Freaking A, man. It's ridiculous. These recurring clients are messing with my stat sheet. My desire to grow it. My desire to grow the Google reviews. Okay. Cleaner acquisition. We spent $115 on cleaners. We had 16 applicants. I did 11 phone interviews. I did 7 Zoom interviews. 7 of those people showed up. I hired 4 people and onboarded. We actually onboarded 0 last week. We had 0 people in training last week. And that is the problem, my friends. But we have 4 people who are starting, and actually Sheila is starting the 15th now. Update this as I go about this, and then 722, and then we'll see. Because Jocelyn can't train 2 people, or maybe she can. We'll see. And so Jocelyn's actually training this girl. Cool. Yeah, so this was one of the biggest reasons, or this was the biggest thing that I saw from last week, is that we didn't have enough people in the pipeline, no cleaners in the pipeline, which our schedule is full. You saw that we had 3 spots open, and it's kept us from being able to sell new people. And to top it off, one of our best cleaners, Lindsay, she put her 2 weeks in last week. At least she gave us 2 weeks. Right, Katie? That was very nice of her.
That was.
Because this morning, so this technically isn't supposed to be on here, but I figured we might as well put it on here because we had a cleaner text us at 6:35 in the morning. What'd she say, Katie? Did she say, I'm ready to show up to work today?
Super excited. And I'm done.
Yeah. So, and was this a surprise?
No.
No. Yeah. So this was something that I saw coming. I even told Katie, I was like, I don't think Ellie's going to make it. And she didn't make it. So, but again, it doesn't matter what I say because my actions did not back up my belief. I shouldn't say it didn't back it up quick enough. And so, yeah, we're in a desperate. We're not gonna say we're desperate, but the volume that we had coming through our hiring funnel was not sufficient enough to bring on a cleaner every single week. And so I turned it up probably a week or two too late. Not too late, but yeah, we're definitely feeling it this week where we're like trying to figure out how to like cram people in, and then next week we're probably already almost full for next week, and so I will share my thoughts here in a moment. But I did have one-on-ones last week. This was the first time we've been tracking these, and I had 3 one-on-ones. One of these was with Lindsay. This was after she put her 2 weeks in. I talked to her and actually had a good conversation with her. She actually wanted to quit like a week earlier, and I asked her if she would stay an extra week, and she agreed. But yeah, had some one-on-ones with a couple of the cleaners. And then, yeah, we had 5 cleaners, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They all did well. We had no call outs last week. One-on-ones, yeah, average hours 23. Let's see here. Revenue hours per work is $50. It's actually pretty good considering I guess we're technically a little over 50 now. Should I change this? Should I change this to? What do you want to charge, Katie?
I've been charging 57,
All right.
but I won't even.
55. Go 55. We'll go conservative. Okay. We had no correction cleans. We had no canceled recurring clients. We had a couple of people converted, Heidi Ludwig, Christopher Overton, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks. So great job, Katie. Way to convert those peoples. And then we have some discounts in here. Thank you. I don't know if Ray is on here, but she updated this morning. So thank you for doing that. We had 2 10% discounts. We had 2 last minute cancellations. We did not charge the client for those. Those were those lockouts, I wonder.
I don't remember.
Cleaning for a meeting. So this actually was just having somebody clean our home, I believe. That's what this is. And then we had just 2 discount cleans. I'm not sure what these were. 21 plus $100. Do you know what those were, Katie?
No, I don't.
Maybe I should have Rhea actually put these in here of what they actually are next to it. Because they should, if they were discounted cleans, then they should show up here. So, or maybe they were just maybe they were promotional discounts. Yeah, I don't know. Either way, okay. So, 2 things I want to share with you guys here. So, actually, before I share anything, Kitty, you want to share? You have any thoughts on this? Let's figure your perspective first.
Yeah, it's funny because the last couple weeks, we just haven't had any new people on the team, new people coming in, and
we didn't hire a single person in June.
I think I think honestly there was like a subconscious fear that Logan had that he was not going to be able to fill the new cleaner schedules, and he was acting on that belief and not hiring anybody. And I'm like, just trust the process, dude. Like, come on, just give me some freaking cleaners. I can fill the schedule. Like, I want to work more. Make me work more. Same thing with like our VA in Mesa right now. Last week she was like, dude, I need more duties. Like, I'm not used to this light duty load because we pulled a VA from Bozeman to come and help us in Mesa. And she's like, you guys need to grow faster. Like, I need more duties. It was awesome. I was like, yes, heard. Let's do it. Logan, go hire more people. So it's good. Logan, there's a fire lit under his ass now, and
yeah,
we have people coming in the pipeline, just a little bit slower than we anticipated, and we're feeling it this week for sure. We had to reach out to a contractor to have her help us with the turnover, and it is what it is, but hire more people. That's what I learned in June.
Yeah, I think what I heard right there is that I have the right people around me. You, Katie, being one of those, Rhea, the girls on the team, like they want more. They want to work. When you have people who say, I want more, then you get the right people on the team. I think there's like a nuance to that most people don't even, like, they don't have the right people on the team. And so that was ultimately my intention on not hiring people, but like hiring the right people was like, I do want the right people on the team. And I think on the positive side is that we have people on the team who are stars. There are people who want to serve the clients, people who want to be part of a team, the people who are accountable, the people who are reliable. That's what I consider a star. STAR. S, serve. T, teamwork. A, accountable. R, reliable. Okay, stars. We have stars in the team, and now it's time to like test the stars. Like let them go out into the wild and show off their skills. And so I held my team back from being able to do that. So yeah, two things. So marketing and hiring. So there's two systems. If you're in the cleaning business, these are going to be the two drivers to your business. You literally have one side of it's like, okay, I have so many clients, I need to go hire more cleaners. And then the next thing you're like, okay, I have so many, now I have all these new cleaners, now I need to go get more clients. And you play this game of like, I need to get more cleaners, need to get more clients. Need more cleaners, need to get more clients. Okay, so this is the game. If you are in the cleaning business, understand that this is the game that you're playing. Okay, you need both. And so by having a great marketing system, it gives you confidence to hire more people. When you know that you can sell new clients, it gives you the confidence to go hire more people, right? Did I say the same thing twice? Maybe I did, right? Maybe I did it intentional. Maybe I did an accident. You'll never know, right? So in June, I got cute with the marketing. I got cute, and I decided to start testing something, start testing variables that would make it easier for me and easier for Katie. And I went away from what was working, and our lead flow, although to the naked eye would never be able to see it, like it definitely went down. And I think it was like a subconscious belief or subconscious to the other funnel of the hiring of like, okay, like I don't want to hire anybody because I don't know if we can fill their schedules. I'm not sure if we can. So I just like made it true by like putting out there untested marketing. So literally just not taking my own advice. And we didn't hire a single person in June. Not a single person. And we had 3 cleaners now quit. Right? 2 actually are done, and 1 person is in 2-week notice. And yeah, so good job, Logan. Way to put the rest of the stars on your team in a pickle where they're having to do more. They're having to make up for the slack because of my insecurities, and because I made a choice to choose fear over faith. And it's funny because like Katie said this. So some of you guys have been following me for a while. Maybe if this is your first time, this is a great call to come to. So I started this community like February of 2023. So it's been a year and a half. And some of the people like Jessica and Lucas were some of the first people who were on those first couple calls, right? Jose might have been on those first couple calls. And the only reason I had people on the first couple calls is because I don't even know why I had people on those first couple calls, to be honest with you. But anyway, so I started this community to share the journey for us building our first location, which is in Bozeman, Montana. We were doing about $35,000, $40,000 a month. And we were growing it to $1 million. And I was like, I'm going to just share the journey of what we're doing. And as a form of accountability, I'm going to invite people to these calls. And so people started showing up to those calls. And I just started sharing this vision sheet right here. Like this is what I was sharing, but for Bozeman on how we were going to grow this business. However, there was one, maybe what seems like a small nuance, but is very big, is that me, myself, had absolutely zero operational effect on that business. I didn't make a freaking sale. I didn't hire a freaking person. I didn't do a team meeting. I didn't do a freaking leadership. I should say the only leadership meeting I did was this vision meeting that we're doing. I just did it with my team, right? And so I myself personally never had any of the emotional components of getting told no on a sales call. I didn't have the emotional component of a cleaner who said, my kid's sick this morning, I can't show up, right? I didn't have the emotional component of any of that. And so I would just like do this because this is what the data shows. And honestly, it was very easy for me to just be like, this is what you do. Here's like, I know you're emotional, but here are the numbers. Right? And so now, come back around a year later, we started this location in Mesa, and Katie and I were the ones who were actually doing the doing, which Katie had done the doing before, but I had not. And so now I'm the one who's actually doing sales calls. I'm actually doing interviews. I'm actually dealing with calls. I'm dealing with customer complaints. So I have an emotional component that now comes with also being able to see the data. And that makes me, just like every single person in here, emotional, right? And so I let my emotion of fear win over my emotion of faith last month. And it was one of those moments where it was like, man, I really wish I had somebody to tell me to stop being a pussy. Sorry, excuse my language. And just like do what's required, right? Do what you should be doing and not choose into the fear. And so the benefit I have is you guys. So I'm telling you guys this now. And so as you guys continue to watch these meetings every single week, and as we do this, as I do another recap in August, we will be telling a different story because I will be doing different behaviors in regards to the outcome. I do not give a shit about the outcome, but my behavior will be different. You will see me onboard cleaners every single week. You will see me do whatever I need to do to get enough leads to make sure that we fill the schedule, whether that's I need to bring in another person into the office. That means if I need to increase the ad spend. That means if I need to start doing sales on Sundays as well, just so you guys know, I do sales Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and if I need to, I'll do sales on Sundays. Right? Actually, I have done sales on Sundays. I just have stopped for the last couple of weeks because I have got complacent. But if I need to, I will start doing sales on Sundays again. But we will do different behaviors, and because we'll do different behaviors, we will get different outcomes. So that's my message to myself that you guys get to hear, and I'm gonna use you guys as my form of accountability to make sure that I do what's required, and that's hire more cleaners and continue to do what works with marketing, which is just do what freaking works. And if I need to turn it up, turn it on, keep it on. So those are the big lessons I have from the month of June as the reason that we grew despite all the mistakes that we made. Okay. Now, one of the things Michelle said why they quit, because they're quitters, Michelle. That's why quitters always quit. Okay. Just joking. And honestly, like for various reasons, but ultimately, like in this business, in an entry level position, like people are going to quit. So it's less important that we understand why they quit, and just understand that they're going to quit. And it's our job just to be out in front of the quitting. So similar to clients is that like, why do clients quit? There's a bazillion reasons why clients quit. You guys put it in the chat right now. What's top of mind of the last reason that one of your recurring clients, why they quit, right? And please participate in this. Actually, this will be very helpful. Okay, please put in the chat right now why one of your last cleaners quit. And if you have two, or excuse me, why one of your last clients quit. Okay, there's a myriad of reasons. Found someone cheaper, right? Hours, employee turnover. Like there's a bunch of reasons. Okay, some of those you can control, some of those you can't. Ultimately, the facts is that clients are going to quit. And so we can get all worked up about why clients are quitting. And again, there's something to be said about why clients quit. I'm not saying not to look at that data, but it's just the expectation that clients will quit. And so our job is to make sure we have a marketing funnel and a sales funnel that always brings in new clients. Because despite whether clients quit or not, if we have 2 clients quit and we bring in 7 new clients every single week, our business will grow. It's called math. Okay. And so ultimately we want to math this game to ensure that we improve the probability that we're going to win. Okay. Now we can look at some of the data and see if we have any consistencies or if there's anything that we can control. Some things we can, some things we can't. Some things are also just part of the business. Like clients will just quit. Now, at the same point, cleaners will also quit too for myriad of reasons. Some things you can't control, some things you can't. Okay. But again, for this specific conversation, just understanding that cleaners will quit. And so if you're not hiring cleaners and they quit, you're going to end up with less cleaners than we start out with, which means your business cannot grow. The only way your business grows is by having you do the service, which is called cleaning. And you have to have cleaners to do that thing called cleaning. That's it. That's it. The math must be mathing. Yes. So, fire, Michelle, fire everybody. Okay. So with all that being said, though, there's a big thing that we learned in June, and that we're going to share with you guys that I hope is really helpful for you guys. And I think this concept can truly help you, not just help you in the short term, but help the vision of your business long term, and make sure that you are bringing on the right people and you're also teaching them the right things and keeping them around, because we have clarity on what we're doing here. Okay. So as I was sharing my numbers to my friend and mentor, I shared same thing that I just shared with you, just in a very eloquent, very simple way of got cute, didn't hurt enough people. That was a text message. Summarization. Okay. But one of the other things I talked about was like, here's the things that we've learned, which I think is gold, and hopefully this can actually help you guys a ton. Okay. What Katie created as a function of just us doing team meetings and doing onboardings and saying these things over and over again, and just like finally just like hit us right in the freaking face. It's like, oh my gosh, this is the game. So you guys ready for this? This is the game. Okay. Has anyone ever heard of the phrase be, do, have? If you have, put in the chat, be, do, have. Who do I need to become to do the things that need to be done to have what I want? Be, do, have. Okay. It's a simple framework. And so Kitty took that framework and she plugged it into this cleaning business and said, who do we need to become? Okay. And so we need to become stars. Write this shit down. We need to become stars. Stars. It stands for something. It's an acronym. Okay. STAR. S. It stands for serve. What does it mean to serve? Okay, what does it mean to serve?
Put the interest of our clients first.
We act in the best interest of our clients.
Interest of our clients.
There we go. T. T stands for teamwork. What is teamwork, Katie?
Act in the best interest of my teammates.
A stands for accountable. Define accountable.
Take responsibility for my actions.
R stands for reliable. Define reliable.
Follow through on my commitments.
We need to become stars. Okay. So when we're looking for people who are on our team, they can only be stars. I will only hire a star. They need to come as a star. I'm not going to create a star. I'm not going to take somebody who's not a star and build them into a star. I'm going to hire a star. They need to come as a star. So when I'm in the hiring process, I'm looking for stars, people who want to serve, people who want to be part of a team, people who are accountable, people who are reliable. Okay. Now, in the hiring process, I get 2 chances to figure out if they're a star or not. So really, I'm looking for a lot of I'm trying to find the red flags. I'm trying to figure out whether they're not a freaking star. I only have 2 chances. I have a 5-minute phone call and I have a 30-minute Zoom call. Okay, but in those 2 chances, I'm looking to see if this person's a star. And then when they get into onboarding, you know what I'm telling our trainer? If they're not a star, they can't be on this team. Make sure they're a star. And so part of our trainer report, are they a star? Very simple. So the trainer has to fill out a report every single day. Part of that report says, are they a star? If not, tell me why. I'm only letting stars on this team. Okay. The trainee has a report too. What does it take to be a star? SAR. Like, what does an S stand for? What does a T stand for? What does an A stand for? What does an R stand for? Right? Show me where you elicited one of these values today. Okay. We're taking stars and we're brainwashing them into continuing to be stars. Okay. So that's what we're looking for. That's who we need to become. B, that's the B. Stars. The do. What do they need to do? This right here, I'm telling you guys, it took us lots of money and time to figure how to make this game really simple for every single cleaner, how to become successful, which it works in our business, it'll work in your business as well. Katie actually came with these, and it was freaking genius. So what do we need to do? We created 4 standards. 4 standards that need to get done at every single clean. Number 1, Katie, what's standard number 1?
Show up 5 minutes before the scheduled clean.
Write that shit down. Write that down. Number 2, what's the second
Greet
standard?
the client with a smile.
Holy shit. I'm so happy that I'm here at your home today. I wish I was somewhere else. Right? Like, dude, I am so freaking happy to be in your home today. Please show me around. Like, I know I'm coming today. I'm supposed to be doing a maintenance clean, and your priorities are the bathroom and the kitchen. Is that right? Gosh, I'm going to crush this clean today. Right? Greet the client with a smile. Number 3,
Remove the dirt with a checklist.
do your freaking job. Right? Do the job that they came into. Maintenance clean, you're doing maintenance clean. Deep clean, deep clean. A la carte clean, a la carte checklist. Move out checklist. Number 4,
Ensure the client is happy by completing a walkthrough.
once the clean is done, go get the client. Don't just sneak out of the house. Don't just run away without talking to them. Go to them, which takes accountability. By the way, back to being a star, you need stars, right? People want to take accountability. You need to go to the client and say, hey, Miss Client, I'm now complete with the clean. Can I please show you around what I did? And if I missed anything, I need you to show me. I need to make sure you're happy. When those 4 things are done at every single clean, the cleaner has won. That's what they need to do. And when they do those things, Kitty, what do we have? What do we get? What is the outcome that we strive for?
5-star experience.
That is the whole goal that this business was created, was to create a 5-star experience. And how do we know when we've done that? How do we know when we've created a 5-star experience, Katie?
When the client leaves a Google review. Or they tell a client that they are very happy with the experience. Or they tell us that they
The
are
5-star review. That's how we define it. We define it with a 5-star review. Every single clean, the cleaner's goal is to get a 5-star review. That's how we know that we've created a 5-star experience. That's what we're shooting for. And so instead of you providing a cleaning job, you're providing an opportunity for the cleaner to create a 5-star experience. And they get rewarded with a 5-star review. Now, understand that. Be, do, have. Okay. Who do we need to become? Stars. What do we need to do? The 4 standards. And what do we have? We have a 5-star review. That is what this game is. Okay. That's big picture. Everyone needs to understand that and just like understand that this is the game. If you can understand the conceptuality of that, you understand how simple this game becomes. And now what you're trying to do is you're trying to figure out, well, how do I get more stars on my team? How do I make it as easy as possible for them to do the 4 standards, right? So these are the questions that people are trying to start asking is, well, how do I do the walkthrough? What about the checklist, right? How do I get the show 5 minutes early to a client that happens in the afternoon, right? Okay, listen, we can answer those questions, but right now, we need to understand is that our goal is to make it as easy as possible for our cleaners to do those 4 things. And then we get to have the 5-star review. Because why is the 5-star review important? How much more excited are you guys who are in the office? Most likely you guys are in the office. when you get to talk to a client after their initial clean and you get to wake up and you see a 5-star review sitting there and you get to read it and says how amazing your cleaner was. How more likely are you to want to talk to that person? First off, like number one, like there's the emotional standpoint. It makes no logical sense whatsoever. But I'm speaking to you from an emotional standpoint now, someone who actually feels it, who gets it. Like, who wants to do that? Who wants to talk to people that have already given you a 5-star review? Okay, that's an emotional standpoint. Okay. Now, let me share with you the logic. The logic is that if someone gives a 5-star review, what is the probability that they're going to sign up for another cleaning? Is it above 50 or lower than 50? It's not 100, by the way. Okay, this doesn't give you 100%, but is it above 50 or lower than 50 that they're going to convert to clean again? Right? Cool. When a cleaner gets a 5-star review, do you think it makes them more likely to stay as a cleaner or to leave as a cleaner? Because they are getting reinforced for work that they have done. Okay. Now, what if you started tracking these Google reviews so that every cleaner knew exactly how many reviews that they were getting every single week? And we started tracking them so they had like a total that kept on growing. And after a certain milestone, they got maybe compensated, let's just say financially. Would that keep cleaners around for a longer period of time or shorter period of time? No, I just want to be really clear here. There is no silver bullet. There is not one thing you can do that's going to make you $1 million cleaning business. And so this is also an expectation that I really want to get across to you, is that this is a 1,000 BB game. You must shoot out 1,000 BBs in order for you to win. If you just try to take like one silver bullet, like you'll miss every single time. Every single time. You cannot have one silver bullet in this game. That's why, like, whether you have contractors or regular cleaners, whether you do primarily Facebook marketing or Google marketing, whether you hire people as W-2 versus 1099, whether you pay for drive time or do star pay, like all that shit doesn't matter individually. It only matters if you're able to stack these things all together that are congruent with the idea of be, do, have. That is what's important. Everything must be congruent with those things. Like all the other choices down here all need to stem from be, do, have. Okay. So, Katie, when did we start this Mesa 5-star cleaning business?
March 18th.
Cool.
Something like that.
So let's just say March from the beginning. So we started middle half of March. So let's just say March for the whole month. So March, April, May, June. So we've done 4 full months. Okay. 4 full months. I'm going to share this with you guys. I'm going to share my screen with you guys for a second. You guys can Google this of yourself if you don't believe me. But you see right here, Mesa 5-star cleaning. How many Google reviews do we have as of this morning? So the Google sheet, again, was as of Friday. So we had a couple more that came in. But how many Google reviews do we have, Katie? If you can read that to the audience.
101.
Okay. So 100 Google reviews in 4 months. How long did it take us for Bozeman to get to 100 Google reviews?
I don't know, really long.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 years, probably. Yeah. Right. So I wanted to set that example that this did not happen on accident, that this was on purpose. Like, this was very intentional. Okay. Now, if we come back to the concept of be, do, have, we understand why do we understand why 100 reviews is important? Do we understand that? Does this make sense? Okay. Because if you're building a culture where everyone's focused on how do I get reviews, like that's what we want. Because how do we get reviews is we serve the client we serve our team, we're accountable, we're reliable. Like it all goes back to those things. That's how you actually get the review. Is that you embody those things and you do the 4 standards and you get the review. Again, that's how it works. Okay. Now, every single one of you guys who are watching this, right? Jose and Marie and Renee. Well, Renee's not even watching. She's like texting somebody here. Texting your boyfriend. Lucas, what's up? Tristan's on here. Jacinta, Kayla, Clive. Good to see Clive. I see his face. Okay. Everybody else on here really can't see your faces. Listen, how this is important to you. Me and Katie having 100 reviews don't do shit for your business. Okay. They don't mean anything. Nothing. Zero. Nada. Okay. But can I give you something that will 100% help your business and help you start to understand this concept of be do have and why it's so important and how you can change the culture of your business, and you go from having a cleaning business to just a freaking business of freaking stars, right? A business that you want to be in because you have the right people in there. When you attract stars, you repel the opposite of all those things. You repel selfish people. You repel people who want to be by themselves and don't want to actually be part of a team. You repel people who are victims, who don't want to take accountability. And you repel people who are not reliable. People who can't freaking show up to a freaking Zoom call. Like, you repel those people. Okay? By attracting stars, you repel those other people. Okay? Your business will be so much better. You'll be so much happier. Emotionally, you'll be so much better. Okay? Cool?